Loading game session.
How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back, agents. Today's simulation is today's game is Assassin's Creed 3. Hell yeah. Now, I just want to say at the start, I really love the taunts that they put in at the beginning. I think that's awesome. It's so hilarious. Like, some of the different things that people do is really amusing, actually, and it's nice to have something that's fun in this game other than rage. So, what am I going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to talk about my likes and dislikes and how I'm finding the game so far. First of all, I should say that this is the very first game that I played. After the introductory session 1, it chucked me straight into a game of Deathmatch, and I wasn't ready for it. I was like, okay, I wanted to actually play Deathmatch, not simple Deathmatch, but okay, whatever, I'll take it. And a lot of other people have posted their very first game, so I thought I would follow suit and do the same. So here it is, my very first game on AC3. I'm pitted against obviously the same level of player as myself, and how well the matchmaking works to the point of matching you with like for like level players is it will remain to be seen, because obviously it's only been out a couple of days. I mean, it's Friday now. It's been officially released in the UK for 2 days. So yeah, the likes. I'm really liking the multiplayer. The things that they've changed, I think they've changed for the better. The kill and stun merge, I'm fine with. Obviously, I was well prepared for that, and I haven't tried to stun somebody with the B or circle if you play on PlayStation. I haven't tried to do that. I think the only thing that is my downfall is locking on to the correct human player. I'll make a mistake later on, I think, in this match, where I try to lock the person who's after me, but I don't succeed, and therefore I then kill an NPC, which then disallows me from getting a contested kill. But I think that's a good thing. That's stops people running into their blend groups, or just running up to players in general trying to get naked stuns, taking people by surprise. So if they mess it up, then they're penalised for it, which is, in my opinion, a very good thing, because that makes this game far more stealthy than its its predecessor, I should say. So yeah, the characters. I'm not so bothered about the characters. My favourite character at the moment is the robber, and after having looked at artwork, like pre-release artwork for him, he did look like he was going to be my favourite player, or favourite character I should say. I don't give a fuck about any references to Justin Bieber or anything like that, so bring it on, people. If you want to do that, then you're more than welcome. There's not really much about the multiplayer that I dislike. I think the removal of the jog mechanic, where you had to press high profile and then either A or X to sprint, that's not really, it's not much of a bother to me. I don't know how many people have actually realised, but the jog animation is still in this game. It just all depends on how hard you press the sprint trigger. So for example, on Xbox it's the R trigger, the right trigger I should say. So if you press it just a little bit, your character will jog, but if you press it all the way, then you'll sprint. So take that into consideration if you want to get around the map quickly, when you're out of your target's line of sight, trying to move around quickly without triggering the high profile lock prompt. But other than that, the multiplayer seems good. The lock's a little difficult to get used to, but like with everything new, it takes a while to get used to it. And yeah, I think the only other problem I'm having at the moment is excuse me, determining who's who. Obviously some of the characters, well, all of the characters are new, and not all the characters actually stand out. Depending on what colour the maps are and the background is, it's a little more difficult to figure out. Also, I found that some of the maps seem to be smaller than others. So for example, I think the Animus Core, as much as I really like that in terms of design, it seems a very, very small map in terms of Deathmatch. So I think the smaller the map, the less you want to move around, really, because you're going to make yourself obvious to your pursuers. So yeah, things I don't like. There's nothing in multiplayer that I don't really like. It's just a case of getting used to. I have played a couple of games of Assassinate, a couple of games of Deathmatch. I have one game of Deathmatch to post and one game of Assassinate to post over the next couple of days, so look forward to that. Yeah, so really the only thing I dislike is the revision to single player, and what I mean by that is not necessarily how you control the single player portion, like characters wise. It's more, I don't like the new revision for the introduction of a sequence, like if you know what I mean, how like the Animus would load up the level. I don't like what they've done to it. It doesn't look familiar, and I don't like that. I've played all 4 of the single players thus far, and it just feels like an unnecessary change that they made. What else? I don't like all the new stupid HUD that they've put in, like the mini map and what the little prompts that like A and B or X and circle can do in terms of interacting with the environment and or characters. And there's something wrong with the camera as well. Like, you can up the sensitivity like you can in multiplayer, so you can turn it quickly, but it seems that I don't know, it's like the auto camera, it always wants to face forward. So if you walk around a corner and you're turning the camera, it's fighting against you, and I really don't like that. It's really pissing me off. So apart from obviously the main here's that lock fail that I had that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, apart from obviously the main storyline, the things that they've done in single player I really don't think was necessary. Obviously it's got better graphics, it's running on a better engine. It seems like it's going to be a lot it's going to be a bit more difficult to actually do, instead of it being a piece of piss walkthrough sort of thing like the previous games. So thus far it's 9 out of 10 in my book. But in the last couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you about my trials and tribulations of actually getting hold of this copy of the game. So I pre-ordered it back in maybe early May, late May of this year, and it was going to cost me £55. I don't know what that's going to convert to into US dollars or wherever it is you live, but I was going to get the Journal Die edition, which would have given me the pre-order character and a couple of other collectible pre-order bonuses. Well, on Monday of this week, I got an email from that company saying that there was a problem with my order. So I phoned them up and figured out that the problem was the card I pre-ordered the game with had expired because the bank had upgraded my account without telling me. So of course I got a new card in the mail and I didn't think anything of it. So when they tried to take payment and dispatch the game, they couldn't. So I rang up and I got the details changed, and the guy was like, yeah, sure, no problem, you should have the game at the end of the week. Well, on Wednesday I was thinking, well, it's still not come, I'm going to check the status of my order, and it said awaiting stock allocation, and I was like, well, surely they should have dispatched it. So I rang them up and they said, after like trying to figure out what the problem was, they came back and said to me, well, basically the guy updated your details but he didn't take a payment. We can take a payment now if you want. And I was thinking, well, she was like, if we take it now, you'll get it within 2 to 5 working days. And I was like, well, there's no point in that. I may as well just cancel the order and go to the shop and get it. So I cancelled the order, so I lost out on my pre-order bonuses. I went to the shop to get it. Of course, it was pissing down with rain. Got soaked. I went to the cash machine, punched in my fucking PIN number, tried to draw out the money, and it said insufficient funds. Our survey says. So I was like, no, you fucker! I was super pissed off. So of course I had to wait till the next day till I got paid to actually buy the game. But nonetheless, I do have it now, and I think it's fucking awesome. Let me know what you guys think of it, what you like, what you dislike, anything you think they shouldn't have put in, or things they could have put in to make it better than... Oh, by the way, I love this animation thing at the end. It's pretty fucking boss. But I can see it getting a bit dull within time, so... yeah, so this was my very first game, like I said, and it's come to the end, so... I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're new to the channel, or if you're watching this video and you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I will be bringing a lot of Assassin's Creed 3 gameplay to this channel. Also, if you don't know, I'm a Gamers Beverage Director, and I'll be posting there as well. So, I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later, YouTube.